Well, John Hood, thanks for coming to visit with us for a future Bookwatch program about your new book, Catalyst, Jim Martin and the Rise of North Carolina Republicans. Well, while we're here, can we talk a little bit about your job, your day
Sure.
job, not your writing job or your
Absolutely.
writing newspaper columns or appearing on television. You have recently sort of changed jobs in the framework of the John Locke Foundation.
Right.
You were president before,
I
and now
was.
you're chairman of the board. What's the difference, and what are you all doing?
Well, what happened was I worked at the Locke Foundation for 25 years, its entire existence, and was asked to go to the John William Pope Foundation. I know there's a lot of John blank foundations in this story, which is very confusing. And my name is John. It's even more confusing.
Well, and the Pope name is
Yes.
scattered throughout all of this.
And Art Pope, who is the chairman of the Pope Foundation board, asked me to come be the president of the charitable foundation. And our history goes back a long ways, and we were involved together in creating the John Locke Foundation. And interestingly, one of the first, when the Pope Foundation, the family foundation that gives charitable contributions, that was created in the mid-'80s. One of its initial program officers was a guy named David Hood, my identical twin brother.
Oh, no.
So during that conversation, when I was working in Washington and David was helping Art with setting up what became the John Locke Foundation, a think tank, that's how I got brought into the story. So our family's histories are intertwined since the 80s.
Well, what does the John Locke Foundation do, and what did you do for it as president? What
Yes.
will it be different as the chairman?
It is a state policy think tank. It studies issues in North Carolina, writes up the information in reports, in newspaper and magazine articles, publishes a newspaper called Carolina Journal, involved in radio, television productions, and has employees who go to the legislature and elsewhere and communicate a free market conservative approach
Well, let
to
me
government.
ask you, is what you're doing is doing the research and advocacy for the kinds of policies and programs that you think are wise done
Correct.
within the foundation itself?
That's correct.
And then, but you're also funding others. And how do you get money from
Well,
your
the Pope
foundation?
Foundation, where I now work, gives money to free market public policy groups in North Carolina and around the country. But it's important for folks to know, we also give money to educational institutions. We give money to arts and cultural organizations in North Carolina, primarily in the Triangle area. And we give to human services groups, a wide range of groups that include soup kitchens and homeless shelters and programs that are fighting poverty, programs that are attempting to break the cycle of poverty through reaching out to young people and education. And we're going to actually be doing more of that as I work on the foundation. People thought because I had come from public policy and went to the Pope Foundation that all I cared about was public policy and politics. Actually, I have a great interest in our arts and cultural and humanitarian giving, and you'll see that grow over the next couple of
So what
several
about
years.
you? Is your interest in public policy diminishing? We're going to not be able to read your columns or watch you on NC Spin?
I'm going to keep doing all my same political commentary. I'm just going to do some other things too.
How can you do that?
It's important to have good people working with you, and that's what I did when I was at the think tank and now at the foundation. I've got a lot of good helpers, a lot of good staff members who are investigating, asking questions, researching the various grant proposals that we get, again, on a whole host of issues, educational, arts and cultural, humanitarian, and yes, public policy.
Well, listen, we could talk for a long time about your aspirations for the success of the foundation, and I could ask a lot of questions about how in the world you are able to do all of these things. Maybe you can come back and talk about those.
Will
Thanks,
do.
John Hood.